What up, you to Mandy Hops here? How the fuck are you doing? Uh, so here's what I'm trying to finesse right now, and I'm at the bottom of the barrel as far as like money and like what I've been doing. Like I had a little uh hard fall. I'm also gonna call my lawyer tomorrow. But anyway, but that being said, like my whole time I've actually been trying to like find a space in Vegas and a space at home. Like finesse that, like old people, like part of the time in Florida, they go work out here or that or whatever. I don't know. Like, I don't know what old people do. I'm starting to figure it out, unfortunately. But like live part of my life in Vegas and part of my life like in St. Louis, but not actually like ever like live there, like travel. I mean, there's gonna be months I'm gonna have to like work, you know what I mean, to stack cash. But like these kind of places, I can always let me retract that. I would say these kind of places, I could always like find work, um, but not so true necessarily in Vegas. Like work is much harder to find in Vegas. You have like every job interview I went for, there was like 8,000 people like going for the same job. And that was like even like shitty jobs, like gas stations or like to go restaurants, like what I would call shitty jobs. Like I'm the queen of shitty jobs. I'm the queen of good jobs too, but like, like what average America would be like, ugh, like, like even if I was like trying to work at like, like a Taco Bell or something, like there's 8,000 people ahead of you, Jimmy. On God. Like, and then you got to buy all these cards, and most of my cards are expired. I would really, now that I've like been out of Texas, like really think I'd like to get back into the weed industry thing, but my agent card's expired. Agent card is something you have to go through a sheriff to show that you're not like a fucking serial killer, and then we'll let you sell weed legally and tax the shit out of people. And I'm fine with that. Like whatever. I'm like the middleman and but we can't call it weed. We have to call it cannabis, and they have all this verbiage. You guys know, or if you don't. So I did reach out to my ex landlord. I'm trying to finesse him, dude. I'm thinking, let me get a place in St. Louis. Let me get a place in Vegas, and rarely ever fucking be at either of them. Do I know where I'm gonna be? Not no. I haven't really planned that out, but I know like half my stuff already is in Vegas, and it probably hasn't moved. And everything else I own is in this place right here. And like, I don't want to stay here 100% of the time, and I don't want to stay there 100% of the time. And I just want to work and like help you guys pay your rent, because rent's hard, dude. I get it. Like, and I really like, I'm not like a big partier. Like, I'm not. Like, I might seem like I am, the old me was, but like, I don't have like a lot of people in. I'm not like partying, and like, I was gonna fly out the other day just because I had a day off, and I was gonna go see the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere because I worked like a block from there. Like I could walk there. I know everybody, everything around that little spot, the Korean barbecue, little DJ and shit. And I was like, oh my God, I'll fly in on the red eye. I'll fly back. Like, I already have it like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though I have no money, because people don't realize like how calculatedly smart you could do Vegas. If you're not a gambler and you know the ropes, you could go in there and see the show of your life and have a meal of your life or the experience of your life and get the fuck out of there and spend $400 if you know what you're doing. I've been doing this since I was 24. I'm almost 44. So I've been doing this for longer than I would like to admit, but I know the ropes per se. Um, People underestimate, and then so I was like, I had my homegirl. I was like, so how much is like I was trying to forego rent next month and be like, let's just go to Wizard of Oz and fucking hang out in like Vegas for like a day, right? And she was like, it's $1,000 something to go to see Wizard of Oz the Sphere. And I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Like, I was gonna go see, I wanted to see Bono for like 1,300 U2, but that was like donations and like, yeah, I didn't even make a fucking pizza on that. Like I had a little thing at the liquor store. I just thought that was like epic because it was like the first time I watched the whole time they've been building this because I've been in and out of Vegas with different people type shit. And I was like, okay, so now I don't know. If I don't have my own house, it doesn't feel like my house. And I don't really like being in other people's house, and I don't really think they like me being in their house, like, to be blatantly honest. And like, I'm not even like bringing people in and out of the house. So it's like you're paying rent, but like you can't bring people in and out of the house. And I think that's what my ex landlord worries about. Is like who's gonna bring people in and out of the house, like. But for the most part, even all the crazy people I brought in, like, cause I'm on that level, like to handle the crazy guys, like I'm not gonna like bring in like a fucking serial killer. I'm not gonna bring anybody like I don't think I can handle or they would like detriment your life type shit. And so like even the tunnel people and all that, for sure was one tunnel person. He was a tunnel guy and he had 2 jobs and we met very nicely and both his parents like passed away. Hold on. This is my ex landlord. We just conversed. What's he say? I don't live there anymore. So okay, well, he says he doesn't live there anymore. He's in a room. Good for him. I'm kind of curious what happened to all my old stuff. He's about to tell me it was either sales. Whoa, this is like just breaking news. Okay. Like everything I own, my fucking everything, like, but oh dang, fuck. Hold on, give me a second. So, he's in the spot. So I guess I'm not gonna have that Las Vegas spot. But here's what I'm trying to find is multiple spots. Some people would call this like couch surfing, but like that you could call it that. But what I'm trying to do is set up a couple houses in like a few different states. And there's other people I can call, dude. You know what I mean? And then just be like, can I live there? And when I live there, I throw some money and I can keep some stuff there, but I don't have to keep everything at one place at once. Cause like, let's be honest, like I'm not out here like curing brain cancer. You know what I mean? Like I have a job that is a skill that I appreciate. I have a few of them based on like the 90,000 jobs I've had that I can travel around and fucking do in any state, really. Like I could do it in Missouri, I could do it in Vegas, I could do it, yeah. I'm in the hospitality and fucking restaurant business. That means I can bring you food and clean your room and kiss your ass and make you laugh and make you feel like comfortable whether you're home or not at home. And that's pretty much what the job is. And like there's never like a non-going need for it. Right? Like even when people are broke, they need it. So it's like I'm always like working. So, and I don't like, I've worked in some of the bougiest places ever, like fine dining, yada yada, like snub your nose at people type shit. And I've worked at fucking McDonald's type shit. In the end of the day, it's all the same in the fact that the way how you got to treat people in a way. I mean, it differs, but like you basically the customer's always right if you play your game right, or at least make them think that, and you make your money and you fucking go home. And you don't fucking sit up all night worrying about like what do you got to do tomorrow. It's not like I'm a fucking architect. Like how am I gonna like? No, I'm just gonna go home, like sleep, have some beers, and then like come back and like be really nice to people, and then be a recognizable face, and maybe they'll like me, maybe they won't. You know what I mean? You deal with these people more days out of a week than you deal with like anybody like in your everyday life. Like I can tell you, I see the gas station guys like, 7 days a week. When's the last time you saw your mother? Type shit. I don't see my cousin 7 days a week. I don't see my mom 7 days. And I mean, it all depends on their situation. Like nothing's right and nothing's wrong. But I'm going to keep it 100 is like the people that I really fuck with are like the people I deal with in everyday business, like houses and stuff like that. And I'd rather just make it like where, hey, most of these people have like a little spot or a nook, like my little nook, right? No man type shit. Then nobody was in, and nobody like was like really paying money to you. So it's like, let me get a little nook here. Let me get a little nook over there. And then when I'm in town, if I need to crash out or whatever, like let me throw you some cash. Because of course I'll have to be working, or I have to work X amount till I stack enough cash so I know I can go into this other city. And me and my dad talked about it. Well, me and my roommate talked about it first because I was going to take us to the Sphere for like a day. And then I was like, so how much are tickets? And she's like, 1,000. And I was like, oh, so we're not going to the Sphere. And it's funny because I was like, I would have paid that to see Bono had I had that. Like, but it's like crazy as I like to be, like, like the Hangover, like certain days, like I'm not that crazy with my money, and I'm fucking half of it's in black and white because they couldn't afford to make it all in color, even though I love the Wizard of Oz. Do you even know how they got the name the Wizard of Oz? I'll tell you, I know every fucking detail about the Wizard of Oz. There was like a file cabinet and it said O through Z, and the guy said, we're going to call it the Wizard of Oz. The dude that wrote it. I had all the games. I watched all the movies. My dad basically told me, like, smart redneck to redneck, like, if you go to pay $1,000 in Vegas for the Wizard of Oz, you're fucking stupid. And I was like, touche. So I'm not going to go to Vegas to watch the Wizard of Oz. What I'm trying to do is, since I don't have my own place, establish a series of a couple places with people I know that I can just so like one day I can be in Florida, the next day, like by choice though, like not by like necessity, the next day I can be in St. Louis for maybe like, hey, I'll be in St. Louis for 4 months. And then the people know, like, I'm coming to St. Louis for 4 months, and then I can arrange a job or get a job. And but you get what I'm saying. So that's what I'm trying. I'm not trying to, like, I could set up a whole lease, like, but this whole thing, like, with other people, like, literally, it'll be like, oh my God, she's gonna be loud and she's gonna want some loser guys around, but I can't even get that in here. Like, she won't let me let anybody in it. which is actually probably a blessing in disguise. Okay, it's a blessing in disguise. But what I'm saying is, like, let me have 3 or 4 places where I can just jet around to the point where right where I'm getting on your nerves, like the weather, like you're like, man, I'm sick of summer type shit. Like, let it get cold in here. I'm sick of winter type shit. Let it get warm. I am that season of annoyance. I already know. Let me just post up a few months out of the year because I'm good with that. Like, I'm good with, like, with change. Like, I prefer that. I prefer to, like, restart my life, restart new places, meet new people than just stay in the same mundane. And I like to challenge myself and other people, which is why they're not so, like, hesitant to, like, necessarily move me right the fuck in. Anybody that knows me, I'm not a bad person. I'm not a thief, nothing like that. But I'm loud and I'm annoying, and I like fucking scrangly little fucking weirdo guys type shit that you probably don't want in your house. That I probably don't want in my house if it were my proverbial house. But that being said, I'm looking for some spots. So if some of you that, like, I do fucks with, like holler, let me know. I just got another new job, but it's continuing upon the other job since I just got to St. Louis. This is what I mean. I'm always doing this. Like, not because I'm a bad worker or else I would never find a job. It's just I travel a lot, and it's my way or the highway. So sometimes it's the highway. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, I love you guys, and I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day. Deuces.